Hey everybody, welcome back to the cold freaking shop. I'm telling you, it's just crazy how we're going from 78 one day and then 30 day or two later. It's just up and down, and just got to hope for more of them 78ers. So the car is done at the Media Blasters. He got it done real quick. So we got to, in this video, we'll go get it picked up and get that thing back here and take a good look at it and see what we found underneath the paint and primer and Bondo that was still on there. Hopefully not too much. I think we took care of most of the major stuff to start with. So anyway, yeah, stick around, see what you think of the car. We'll take a good look at it, and then we'll formulate a plan and how we're going to move forward with it. So stick around to the end, and we'll see you in the video. Back here at Plasti Blast to pick the car up. He's got it sitting outside here. There it is in its nakedness. Everything looks pretty good. Door's got a little pinhole there. This fender is probably the worst of the bunch. So we thought that they were patched on the bottom, and this one definitely was. They riveted a patch over the top of the rust, so we'll be cutting that brace out in the bottom of the fender there. Otherwise, this one looks really nice. This may be a factory fender that was replaced back in the day, because it's so much nicer than this one is. I have a feeling this one was replaced many years ago, but the way it fits and all, I'm saying it was probably a GM fender. Here's the body. Nothing too surprising here. Some pinholes in here. Got a patch. Yeah, even one here next to where I patched, but otherwise looking pretty good. Nothing bad with the rear valance. That's good. At times they'll be all rusted out, but looks good. Gonna have to do a little acid cleaning on this quarter. Driver's side here looks good. Firewall came out really nice. And hood we knew would be good. Nothing there. And then here's your other parts. Everything looks good here. Just the deck lid does have a little pinholes in each corner. Cut them out, fixing up. So yeah, all in all, no big surprises. So we'll get her home, spend some time cleaning and blasting out all the media. And we left the dash. Yeah. All right, well, we're gonna get her loaded up, and we'll get her home and get to work on it, get this thing in primer. Well, got her unloaded from the trailer, got everything in the shop here, but first spent about a good 4 hours outside with the leaf blower, the air compressor, and the shop vac, trying to clean out all the media left in every little nook and cranny and crevice. And yeah, it takes a lot of time to get all that out, especially, man, if you didn't have this on a rotisserie and you don't have a big air compressor, if you're just trying to do this with a 1.5 or 3 horse or something like that, you're gonna have yourself a lot of time trying to clean it out. So you got to get it all out of there, or it'll come out into your paint at some point. So yeah, spent about 4 hours on it. Got it pretty good, and we'll be doing more. I'm sure as I rotate this thing around, I'll still be hearing it falling around inside there. But no, it came up pretty nice. Something kind of interesting is, I don't know if it'll come out on the camera here. On the firewall, there's a remnants of the number 67. There, I think you can see it. So I don't know if the firewalls in 67 and 69 are the same. And in the factory, when the car was built, this was like a leftover from a 67 that they used on the car. I don't know what else a 67 would be on there, but that's mystery, just a mystery. So all right, let's look it over here a little more. I think I already showed you, we do have this needs to be worked on, and this here, and all in through here, and just a little spot out here. This we can probably just weld shut, but these we'll probably have to cut this out, as well as this, and replace that with some new metal. Luckily, you know, that's not in a spot where we're trying to get, you know, a mirror flat panel, so that's not too bad. This quarter panel obviously is good. It's the nice new quarter panel. Just up here where I had to fill a hole that I used to put it on. Rear panel looks absolutely fantastic. That's really nice. I think all we got to really do on this is, I believe, can't remember which one of these holes, I'll have to look back, is where they had the air shock valve, Schrader valve located. We'll have to fill that in. But otherwise, you know, the rear panel looks great. Underneath here too, looks like brand new chunky sheet metal. So happy with that. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, this quarter panel, you know, we knew it had a little surface rust on it, but we'll take the strip disc to it, see if we can get it to look more like this. If not, then we may have to acid wash it to get that all good. Just feeling this, feels pretty good. Just a little bit of waviness right here, but not really good. See what else we got. I think, yeah, this side looks really good. I don't think any of this is through. Nothing else in here. That's kind of, you know, the way things seem, like the passenger side had gotten the worst of the rust. So yeah, so all in all, pretty happy with this. So we got this little hole through there. Not a big deal. We'll just open this up, clean that up. And you know, I say not a big deal, and then we open it up and we'll find that it's all corroded up in there. That's one thing with these videos, is I keep finding stuff and thinking back, and I had said things were good and then found out they weren't. So, you know, you never really know when you're doing a car like this until you get full into it. So we'll look at the trunk lid or deck lid. So definitely have to cut the corner out here, patch this corner, the lip all looks really good on it, top and bottom. That you can see where they had grounded here to fill in a couple little dents, you know, but then they ground around their dents to get their mud to stick, but not down in them, you know. I don't know, that was just old school. We'll roll it over. So underside, like I say, along the lip here looks really good. Happy with that. This side did come through here too, so we'll have to make a little patch on this side. All right, on to these fenders. Let's see, this is the left fender. This one's pretty darn good. We don't have to do a whole lot on this one. It just was starting to rust down here, and the light's not the best right now. So we'll have to cut this corner out. And then we'll see how the brace looks. Looks like it's just starting to show some signs there, so I have to patch a little on the brace. But if we cut a big corner out of the outside sheet metal, then we can work on a smaller part of that brace. The spoiler's all done. Cowl panel looks great. Perfect shape. They usually stay pretty decent. Now this fender, so we're gonna have to take the brace probably from about here down, replace that. And they did the real old school way of patching this, where they dented the rust in and then just laid a piece of sheet metal over the top of the rusty metal, and then they brazed it in. They actually did a pretty decent job of it, because I didn't think it had been repaired or replaced. So, but that's because I was expecting to see a repair line across here or something. I didn't expect to see where they just dented it and bondoed over it. But yeah, this one's got, you know, some dings up here they had bondoed in, and along here, some in here, and then, you know, we already hammered out most of this. Obviously got a little more to do now that we got it the bare metal. Try to blend that in better. Hood we knew was good. That was put on newer sheet metal when they repainted it to the white. So we don't need to show much on that. Door looked pretty decent. Like I say, this door had been reskinned. Boy, they really cobbled the welt or brazing in here. We got to figure out what that is from, why they did that the way they did. I was learning new things and finding new things on when you strip them down like this. But yeah, this door, it's got just a little starting of some rust here, so that corner will get cut out. This corner's a little worse, so we'll be cutting this one out a little bigger, replacing that. Yeah, you can see when they reskinned it, they brazed everything. So all right, that's pretty good thorough walkover of the panels. And now what I'll be doing is washing them down real well, and at that point I may find more. But I think I'll end this video here. Things are looking pretty good. We're going to start seeing a lot more progress now. So yeah, hope you stuck around to get to this point, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you come back and keep watching and see how this car turns out in the end. So yeah, appreciate it, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.